Hello everyone, this is Maffuman comes to Starcraft II. This is a 6-on-6 ship progression game starting random. Random, the battle cruiser starts off with 1.71 speed, range, and 1 longboat missiles. We got Apnea. Apnea is going to start off with a Guardian with Dark Swarm. Fantastic ability, does provide a little area of gas which blocks vision and therefore also blocks being able to be shot. Very helpful when you're a long-distance damage dealer. We have Duncan Idaho. Duncan Idaho also starts off with that exact ability as well. It's not as standard as these two Guardians would show it. However, very helpful to have. Good to have it eventually, and they started off with it. Huge ass. Has Electromagnetic Storm. Electromagnetic Storm is going to help him do some damage in the area of effect. Very low speed though, 1.61 speed. Looks like Lord Crompy. Lord Crompy's going to 1.71 speed it, and Backlash Rockets. You got a bunch of range and damage from the red side. They do have another player back there, Panksy. Panksy EG? I am just going to call him Panks. Panks is going to spank him with tack fighters if he ever gets up there. Looks like Lord Crompy is going to be helped out by Huge Ass. Who is just trying to go around the rocks, keep on attacking Skelly Jelly. Skelly Jelly is going to be the Leviathan with Acid Spray over here. Acid Spray is going to do a little area of effect. It does really help against farming. If there were any carriers, it's fantastic against that. There's not. There is. It's just on his side. Apnea, 1.61 speed, has interceptors as well as particle disruptors upgraded twice. So it looks like Poor Nexus on the blue side is going to push away random. He's a Void Ray. Void Ray does have Prismatic Beam and Phase Disruptors. No Blink, anything cool like that. No Cloak, anything cool like that. So just went extra damage and a little bit of DPS and farming abilities. Looks like he's going to try to be on the side though, meaning that Skelly Jelly is going to be pushed back by Random and Duncan Idaho. He's going to use that area of effect to damage. It does also hurt capital ships, just not super effectively. Ghetto SC does have Plague, doesn't have the energy for it, has about half the energy he needs, and Random is going to be able to push up Skelly Jelly relatively effectively. He has to go back to base. He's not going to be quite into burning forever just yet, but he's so close to base he should go and spend some of that 260 money on something. 118 from Ghetto. Angry Pirate, going to keep on moving back. 1.61 speed, has interceptors. And it looks like he's going to be able to get back to base. Nocturne, 1.71 speed, Backlash Rockets. The Loner has the Seeker Missile, doing a whole bunch of damage. Either Seeker Missile or EMP are the pretty much standard openers, and it looks like he's going to use that to attack Lord Crompy. There's no blink on anybody on over here, so that actually works out relatively well. Duncan Idaho staying in that gas, flying around. He was relatively protected from everybody right there. Now he's a little bit less because the interceptors have moved away, and he is able to get on out of there. With that Dark Storm, it also does heal you. Nice shot from Skelly Jelly to hit the retreating red team, and it looks like Poor Nexus was able to go over to the side farm and get on back to base. Still has 300 something odd, even though it clicked on him afterwards. He has a Chrono Rift and Blink. Very beginning of the game, you can buy a fancy ability. It costs a lot of money. Most of the time it's helpful. If you just go and get Warp and some base abilities, you can farm. It's just a question of whether that's going to be completely worth it or not, depending on if you die or not. Lord Crompy, 527. Huge ass, has 588. Apnea, using that Dark Storm to protect himself, gonna keep on moving away. Has a 558 right there. Hanks just got spanked right there. Looks like Random 464, and Duncan Idaho staying up there and farming. Now he does also have Dark Storm, so he's even more protected than he would be. However, back at base, he should be relatively safe. He just wants to stay up there, get this little bit of money, and push away stuff as well, using that gas to protect himself. Poor Nexus can't shoot him, can't hurt him. Has his Prismatic Beam and Phase Disruptors, unable to do that damage to that Guardian right now. Would he go back to base though? He actually kind of committed himself a little bit too much. He's going to keep on pushing without upgrading. Happens sometimes. But hey, he's still rich as long as he doesn't die. He'll be even extra rich next time. But he didn't have that upgrade investment right now. Looks like the Angry Pirate does slip away. 1.71 speed. And it looks like the blue side is trying to slowly move on back. They see these House Tempests, that's a little bit of layer of protection, but they know they have basically an entire section of DPS against them. mostly at range. So let's see what they end up getting to defend against that. Angry Pirate, 731 already. Nocturne, 193. The Loner, 208. Skelly Jelly, 318. He does not have evolve upgrades. That is a great use. He probably should get that at some point. Get OSC, moving back to base 602. See what ends up spending that on. Looks like Plague is staying at the regular Plague. Looks like the Psyblast is being upgraded instead. That Kamehameha, gonna shoot him. We have Skelly Jelly moving up, trying to defend. Is gonna run into these Sky Furies. Is that a cute observer, buddy? Oh, how cute! Thank you. Hugh Jass has Electromagnetic Storm and bought this Observer. The Observer is just going to be cloaked, going to help out if there ever is some cloak. We got Random being healed. We have Apnea using that as well. Fantastic use by Panks right there. Using that scanner sweep, going to defend, going to be able to shoot poor Nexus. Poor Nexus can't commit fully because he was getting hit this entire time, and great defense by the red team. Even though huge ass boings on the rocks, slight mistake. Going to be able to recover though. These interceptors are not necessarily going to kill him right now. They're only upgraded 3 times. Only upgraded 3 times? That's not that many. 1.71 speed, has warp and range mostly, it looks like. Very helpful to have, just happens to lower the DPS. Everybody looks at how upgraded the interceptors are. 3. I myself can give to that, of course, having just done it. But there are other things that are helpful to do that. Interceptors also need support. You can warp them in. Range is also super helpful. If you can't, if you have to get close to people to fight with interceptors, that's sort of against the point of having interceptors. It looks like Apnea and Lord Crumpy already upgraded. Nocturne trying to get that sweet farm right there, while everybody else is trying to attack Duncan Idaho. Duncan Idaho going to keep on moving back. He's going to get hit with that secret right there. Very hard to avoid that Plague right there as well. Repro Generation is because of the Dark Swarm. It does heal over a certain amount of time. However, Plague usually is a counter to that. Gonna move on back. Apnea launching some Scourge. Oh my gosh, press a button, do a thing. He has Parasite against, basically to spy on the Void Ray. Great use right there. 1-2 combination, Peanut Butter Jelly. The Dark Swarm, and to heal himself, the Adrenal Overload to get his energy back. Scourge to do some DPS. He is an energy machine. He only has 325 base energy, so he supplements that by having Adrenal Overload. And poor Nexus does stop that, have a little counter to Scourge with that Chrono Rift, that Depression Ball. Looks like the blue side's not going to risk it though. Knowing that the entire red side is like all DPS and all stuff right there. Random has a nuke. Random has a nuke, and it looks like Panks has a scanner sweep. It looks like Duncan Idaho is going to take that Plague. Going to get that feedback from Huge Ass onto Get OSC. Looks like he's going to make it back to base. He doesn't have very much right now though. Angry Pirate, 605. Let's see what he ends up spending that on. We have Nocturne getting pushed back. There, it looks like I'm not sure if the Ghetto just looks like he called for watching the nuker. There wasn't any nukes used. However, if you don't see something, like so, if you don't look at this and see that many missiles or speed or range, I guess speed 1.82 speed is also an indicator. But if you don't see very many other upgrades like hull and missiles and range and all that, they might have something. That something might be a nuke. This is going to be able to move on back to base, and Random does escape that secret right there. Poor Nexus, by the way, is all this entire time just back farming. He's the Void Ray. It does a lot of damage. It's pretty slippery. It has the blink. It has the the Chrono Rift, the warp to get on back to base. High risk, high reward. If you can farm, it looks he already has 681, while the red side is relatively far away. Even if they saw him by the minimap, by the time you get back, he's usually gone. But it is a commitment to try to attack a Void Ray. Hugh Jass has feedback and that Electromagnetic Storm, and this cute little observer buddy. Looks like he's going to spy on what's happening over here. Apnea taking a whole bunch of damage. His Dark Storm is just off of cooldown right now. He does use it. He's going to use it on himself so he gets that healing benefit. Random with that nuke, launching that nuke at Skelly Jelly. Looks like Duncan Idaho taking that Plague from Ghetto. Looks like Nocturne launching that frigate ion battery, shooting at Duncan Idaho. It's not optimized for Zerg damage, but it does do a whole bunch of it. It looks like he's going to be pushed back by tanks. Oh, the double Tempests. Looks like Angry Pirate used some of that money on a Tempest, which means he didn't use it on Interceptors. They're still at 5. However, the Interceptors are, the Tempests are just upgraded right now, and they're going to provide some long-distance damage dealing siege mode right there. It looks like Banks is going to be pushed back by Skelly Jelly as well. This Dark Swarm all over the place, like, you know, Starcraft I style. It doesn't last quite as long. It's not quite as effective, but it does block anybody who's in that area is not going to be shot. You can use that, you know, defensively against yourself. However, they can use it offensively. If they get into it as well, they'll be defended. And it looks like Panks does make it back to base. Panks with the missiles just went for a scanner sweep to defend himself against, you know, Cloaked Void Ray, and said, you know what, I'm going to DPS you down with those missiles, and he definitely would. 130 attacking, you know, at range 10, 6 times each missile is 130. Apnea moving in, doesn't have to, you know, is going to be, you know, wary of this, you know, little depression ball. Looks like the this cute little Scourge. They do have AI, so they were targeting on Skelly Jelly. However, they're not going to be able to do that fully, and they went back and hit Nocturne. Angry Pirate flying in there, protecting his babies, but they ended up dying anyway. Looks like Huge Ass trying to use that Electromagnetic Storm on the Interceptors, but they're pretty smart and going to be moved back. 622 already while he warps back. Poor Nexus using that Cloak. Now the Cloak is out of energy though, but he's relatively quick. 1.96 speed, so he probably won't be caught by this Zerg Flyer, is only 1.61 speed. Looks like Loner launching that Seeker. Lord Crumpy says that wasn't very nice of you. I'm going to launch my missiles at you. Get the plague on him. And that's the risk. We got Lord Crumpy pushing up. Lord Crumpy pushing up so far. However, he is a DPS guy and he is ranged. He does pull up just in time to not take any more damage. He is going to be chased by that Seeker missile. Ooh, he's going to keep using his Afterburners. Afterburners are going to help him boost that speed. 1.82 speed plus the rest of the crew is back there. He is going to make it back to base, but if that thing does hit him, he will die. However, the red side clumping up together, using that gas as protection. Because the gas is right there, the Tempest really can't see. They can only shoot what they can see, so they're not going to be able to hit everybody in this little gas area. Fantastic use right there. And while this is happening, now Angry Pirate, with all of his money, has to choose whether he wants to put it into Tempests, Energy, or Interceptors, or just bases upgrades. The fourth option is the most forgotten about. Those are also helpful to have. However, Interceptors almost always take priority, or the Tempests always take priority. Whichever one is your main focus is going to take all of your money. And Duncan Idaho taking a whole bunch of damage from Get OSC. Poor Nexus sees this as an opportunity. However, the gas was used to block his vision. Going to pull out right in time. Looks like Lord Crumpy moving back. He was not killed by that Seeker missile because he has the good amount of speed, because he has the good quick reflexes, and because he has Afterburners. He moved back in time to not be killed off by Seeker missile, and almost got 2 kills. It looks like Huge Ass off this side. Gonna maybe try to attack poor Nexus, but probably not. He would get his feedback. Now look at this. We got an Arbiter on Void Ray action. His range is at 10 for his phase disruptors. He's not, you know, a DPS type heavy unit. However, he does have the range to keep on trying to support the Loner, doing a whole bunch of damage. The EMP, what's it called, Silent Storm being used. Missiles almost so close. He almost could burn down if he doesn't get there quick enough. We're gonna keep an eye on him. Lord Crumpy does make it back in time. We have Duncan Idaho using that gas as protection. We have the ion cannon being used. Duncan Idaho keeping on, pushing back, keeping on, pushing back. He is nuked. Nocturne taken out by random, and Duncan Idaho makes it back. The Raven does survive. Let's see if the Guardian will as well. He probably will as well. And the use of nuke to take out Nocturne. Skelly Jelly, the tank. Rapid regeneration. Looks at the red side, moving back, moving back. Huge Ass, 611. Duncan Idaho, 427 and still alive. 85 from Lord Crumpy. 486 from Random. And so 465 from Apnea. Everybody is alive. Panks coming in the side. That DPS coming in handy. And it looks like the blue side tried to get a kill. Almost got 2 kills. However, ended up losing a ship right there. The Loner off to the side is looks like he's just going off to the side. He has the defensive matrix. He has the Seeker missile. and it looks like he's just trying to get that sweet money right now. Ravens, for all of their cool abilities, they don't have any fighter escorts. They don't have any interceptors or tac fighters or whatever else you want to call them. I always call them interceptors generically. Because of that, he has to rely on his burst lasers, which have not been upgraded in range, only range 7. So look at this. The Raven turns away in time, does shoot a bunch of the Scourge, however, it's just not quite enough. And it looks like blue side moving around the side. Poor Nexus trying to be sneaky, doing some sneaky backdoor action, but it looks like the red side knows about that and still wants to commit to attack. It looks like the Skelly Jelly taking a whole bunch of damage. He is a Leviathan. He has Rapid Regeneration to heal himself, Acid Spray to do some area of effect damage, and Bioplasmic Discharge to use its own big gun version of attack. However, 375 to support all of those. He needs so much more energy. He's not the main target of feedback, however, he is a target of feedback. Poor Nexus attacking the battle station. Battle station a little bit too tough for him right now. That can change over time. The green gap protects Get OSC. Hanks moving back. Lord Crumpy on this side. We have Duncan Idaho shooting around. Gonna keep on trying to use his gases protection, but taking out Angry Pirate's upgraded Tempest. Thoroughly upgraded 4, but 18 range per shot. Get OSC, move it up the side. Beautiful use of Chrono Boost. When your team is mostly, doesn't have any tanks in it, anything that helps them move away faster or do more DPS, because they are DPS heavy, is going to be super helpful. And that's what the Chrono Boost does. Places allied target in a Chrono Boost, causing it to attack, use special abilities, and operate 50% faster. Additionally, its speed will be increased by 0.1 and less for 15 seconds. Plague, swing and a miss. Angry Pirates, Tempest taken out. Looks like the loner off to the side, being very risky. However, it can pay off if you can get some more money. It looks like the tower, after being attacked, didn't get into the hole, and so the shields are just going to repair themselves relatively quickly. Beautiful jump from one side of the map to your allies. You don't have to warp back to base. You can warp back to allies as well, and sometimes that is helpful. The Interceptors move in and out. He has a whole bunch of them, and he has decent range, and he's just trying to use that range to do some spacing between him and all these things with missiles. He has the Vortex. Doesn't always want to commit to it, but it can use it if things get super dicey. 669, nice, and 670 now, not as nice. Looks like Skelly Jelly moving up. Poor Nexus warping back. The red side has 1, 2, 3 long distance damage dealers, 2 people who also can have high missile capacity. It looks like all of that's just going to make sure the red side is staying in this dominant farming position. Now it's starting to get a little bit hectic up here. We have this differential in numbers. However, and they also have a carrier, so gotta keep in mind that the carrier will usually skew the blue side up higher because carriers just need so much money to be effective, and because they don't have that, because they're even further behind, they're even further behind than the further behind it would be normally behind. There we go. We have poor Nexus moving in there, trying to pick up a kill right there. We have him burning down Plague being used as well. Plague, it does not necessarily, it would affect allies, it didn't happen to right there. Duncan Idaho burned down by Get OSC. Placement of the Plague just enough to hit the Guardian, not enough to hit poor Nexus. He does have a Wiggler on him though. He's parasited. Apnea does have Parasite, did use it on poor Nexus. For the next 4 minutes or so, this Parasite will spy on the Void Ray, show its position, and if it's cloaked, it won't be able to be cloaked. I mean, you can press the button, it doesn't do anything. It's like those traffic light signals that you press the button and they say, "Oh, press this and it'll be fine," and you can cross next, and it's just a button. It's just for fun. It doesn't do anything. Promise that's literally the design. It looks like Hugh Jass moving in. He has so many abilities. He's a piano player. He's got the E key for his feedback. He's got the I key for his stasis field. C for cloaking. B for boost, and electromagnetic storm with G. Press a button, do an ability, and with all that happening, he still has phase disruptors and Protoss plasma shields. They could be higher, sure. 2.02 speed is actually relatively decent, but it's just commendable that he has all those abilities and also the ability to support them with 615. So he has all them teeth and a toothbrush. Looks like Apnea gonna be flying in. These angry pirate ones are just shooting whatever they possibly can. Apnea has such low health. He has the needle spines. He has the abilities. He only has he needs range. Oh no, he definitely needs range. You're a guardian. You have cool abilities, sure, but you also need range to support them. Bruising strikes and acid spores are longer distance damage dealers. But the most important thing is the needle spines. If you're going to be needle spining, are upgraded to 8 at least. The Void Ray only ever shoots at 8 range for its beam. So you should do some, at least upgrade twice so you can shoot back if it's shooting at you. Not that you want to be shot at, but at least give yourself some options there. Looks like Huge Ass flying around. Now, it looks like there is somebody who has died on the blue side, Duncan Idaho. I wonder if Duncan Idaho stayed and is now flying this observer. You can do that. You can share control. And it does help because the observer is super helpful, but the keys are kind of weird, and if you have somebody else flying it for you, it's much easier than like you flying 2 ships, you pressing the buttons. Look at all the buttons he has to press that we just discussed 2 seconds ago, and as long as that, moving your interceptor. So I'm pretty sure Duncan Idaho's flying this one. And it looks like along the side, Skelly Jelly trying to do some damage. Who is the big tank? He is the damage dealer. He's going to fly in there, 1.81 speed, slap whatever is possible. Poor Nexus warps in to Skelly Jelly. I'm going to keep on moving, going to keep on moving, going to keep on burning. We have Panks using that beautiful scatter sweep to just scare away the Void Break. He doesn't want to take that damage. Beautiful Blackout, though, does counter that. Hits Panks as well as Lord Crompy. Might have hit Apnea, doesn't affect Apnea because Apnea is a Zerg ship. Goodbye shot from Ghetto with his blaster. It looks like the Secret Missile does hit Lord Crompy, taking a whole bunch of damage. He has the quick reload. He can do more and more damage. He doesn't want to take that forever, though. And it looks like he's going to have 15 Backlash Rockets. It's quite a bunch, but really be a little bit too hasty right now. He's going to keep on hitting Ghetto. Oh, a couple more shots. Actually, you could have possibly taken him out. It's just with all of this right there, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Tempest. 3 from the house, dead. 3 from Angry Pirate, now dead. But they were all shooting there with the Void Ray as well. So even though he possibly could have taken out, Ghetto, he would have had to possibly die as well. Hugh Jass using that stasis on Loner. Random, pushing in there. He has the nuke. He is scary with it. It looks like the feedback's going to be used on Angry Pirate. Fantastic use right there. The Vortex is not ready yet. Won't be ready for quite a while. And the Loner, the Raven, was taken out. Looks like Skelly Jelly going to keep on moving back as well. Looks like he's going to be pushed right there. And Hanks takes out 2. Nuke hits both. 1, 2, 3 right there. Hugh, Jazz moving around. Use the Roxas protection. Fantastic use right there. It looks like the Void Ray is parasited, was scanned as well, and the red side picking up 2 right there. And Huge Ass moving back. He is plagued. He's gonna keep on burning though. It's relatively fast. Now that's out of there, he should be fine. Just please don't stop the text, and he should be okay. He's had 179 and his life. Apnea 526, Lord Crumpy 318, Random 393, and Panks for 335. Pangsinji? Pangsinji. That could work. We have Poor Nexus moving back. It looks like we got Ghetto with the... we have a 3 versus 5 right now. Ghetto with the Plague, the Psyblast, moving around right there as the long-distance damage magic mage person, and Angry Pirate with the long-distance carrier abilities that we know and love so much. We have the Tempest, the Interceptors, the Vortex, the Plasma Barrage, the Warp In, the Plasma Surge. All of that stuff costs so much energy, and carriers just are like far distance damage dealers. their babies to do all the damage. And poor Nexus, the sneaky Void Ray, who is parasited right now, has the cloak, has the DPS. Nobody really has the tankiness though. The most tanky unit might be the carrier, and you don't want to tank anything as a carrier. Overlord does a whole bunch of burst damage. Plague does 1200 over a couple seconds, and Psyblast can keep on getting upgraded right there. He just went up there. 2285. However, that's burst damage. The frigates are designed for sustained damage with their missiles. 11 range, backblast rockets. Battle cruisers are Swiss Army knives. Have so many cool abilities. We've seen all of them right now, and also have the ability to do DPS. The one thing they're kind of like the most balanced-ish ship. However, because they have so many cool abilities, they almost never get the dedicated time to farm. So they're kind of like always like a couple steps behind because they have to do something that is not just focusing on farming, unlike a carrier, which can always put money into interceptors, and that's never a bad idea. Looks like Apnea, far distance damage dealer, also has some really cool abilities, especially Parasite. And Scourge can scare them down. Warp Prism taking a whole bunch of damage. And finally we have the Hugh Jass with the Arbiter, the magic guy. Warp Prism taken out. And it looks like Angry Pirate's going to have his Angry Tempest out there. Now they're upgraded. They have 18 range, 260 damage versus capital ships, versus towers and the mothership. But then 540 versus the capital ships. Hugh Jass moving back. They know this Void Ray is scary. However, they have so many things that are also good for it. We have this Observer. The Observer is piloted by Hugh Jass. Hugh Jass happens to have feedback, and if you can stasis, that's great. Chrono Boost can also just generally help the area. But we have detection from this Observer. We have energy drain from this feedback. Random has scanner sweep for detection. Lockdown for energy drain. Apnea has the Parasite, has defend Dark Swarm to protect himself. We have Scanner Sweep over here, doesn't have the lockdown. And Lord Crumpy is the most vulnerable to direct Void Ray action. However, usually can kite. Unless they get close right there, he's going to be very close to base, though. He should be able to be okay. He's also upgraded his shields 16 times, so he has 13,000 in reserve energy, or reserve shields. All that to say, and there's also other things you can do as well, just to mitigate this this one ability. But it's just a question of whether those things are going to be used at that time. It looks like GetOC going to move on back to base. They're playing defensive. They have the one tower right now. They have all of this DPS, and they don't want to risk it too much. Poor Nexus going to go into stealth mode. Going to go on the side. Going to go on the side. Will they see him? Very possibly. Half the time you do see the Void Rays in the minimap, half the time you don't. Even in that half, sometimes it's not super important to attack them. Did we get an extra ship? No, we didn't. Lord Crumpy, you're not seeing double, but he is, has the Phantom. We got Danny Phantom over here. Does not do damage. Did GetOC fall for it? GetOC fell for it. Siphon energy on the Phantom ship. That does nothing for him. He would usually be getting energy from the ship. However, that's just not quite what's going to happen. We have poor Nexus going in there, blinked right there, Blunk back to base. Beautiful vortex on Angry Pirate, caught the tip of the battle cruiser, and now the Void Ray, poor Nexus, is just trying to heal up as quickly as possible. Come on, buddy. We have the Tempest providing fire support. This Warp Prism is taken out. Poor Nexus, without very much health, is going to keep on trying to push. We have the cloaking from Hugh Jass. We have a wave of Scourge, a flock of Scourge, being blocked by the Chrono Boost right there, or Chrono Rift. Fantastic use right there. And it looks like the red side defends with all of that stuff. Hugh Jass, add another button. He has the Phantoms to supplement how many targets there are for the blue side. Get what see taken out by huge ass. In base, just so much DPS. Angry Pirate being angry, going on the side. We have the poor Nexus going around trying to do that farm. They all see them. They're all trying to chase him. Keeping on moving. We have the Scourge Flock being sent out. The Blink off cooldown. He uses the Chrono Rift to keep on going. Now he's going into combat. I wonder how much longer he has the Parasite on, because they can see him very easily. If he gets any attack right now, he will be stopped. Will this be close? We have poor Nexus moving in. We have these Wraiths not quite fast enough to catch him. Angry Pirate has the defensive Tempests. However, the Tempests are not necessarily smart, so they will totally shoot the Phantom units right there. Apnea moving in, being attacked. He's going to keep on going. He is taken out by poor Nexus in a very violent attack. Just keep on burning. He has the charge. He has 16 base beam. So Apnea taken out. Looks like Random using that drain ability on the on Angry Pirate. It does drain 10 energy per second times 10 seconds, 100 energy. However, it also stops the carrier from actually using his abilities for that 10 seconds as well. And so even though he has 700 in reserve, he couldn't do anything about it. The actual energy drain ability is not that heavy, especially now that he has all that money invested into energy. However, it is whatever he can do is helpful. Moving back, Random moving back slowly. Panks moving up to there. Panks NG. Yeah, Panks NG. It looks like, but with that, whenever you're alone, you are a target. Now there are counters, as we were just talking about, for the Void Ray. They're not indestructible with their cloaking abilities. However, even if you can see them, you still have to DPS them down, and one ship is not going to provide as much DPS as two ships. So allies are your friend. If you are a water buffalo, you hang around you make a little circle and you protect yourself against the lions. That's what you do over here with this Void Ray. Huge ass trying to fight him. 2.12 speed. He can just keep on attacking. He is quite quick. 2.06. It's actually a little bit faster than the Void Ray. Wow. However, the Void Ray has Blink, so he will be faster eventually. If this observer could attack, that'd be super cute. It would stop him from blinking or from warping. However, he's not going to do that. He's not going to stop himself from warping. He's going to go around the side. A little fake out right there. Fake out of the end. He's just trying to use those rocks as protection. All the while, Angry Pirate has the blaster. Gonna keep on using the blaster on Lord Crumpy, setting up that kill. If poor Nexus does attack, he is gonna keep on going in there. He's got Blink on there, committing to attack. He is gonna keep on running. He does take him out. We have the lockdown being used, the nuke being used to just chase him. That means he can't turn up because he has to turn over. He has 100 energy, getting all that energy drained right as well. Both the battlecruisers not quite fast enough to catch him, even though they did upgrade speed. 1.82 speed, 1.82 speed. They're not slow ships. They did spend that, I think that is the $400 ability for speed to get 400 for a battlecruiser. So again, you start off with 50, 100, 200, 400. The next one is 800. You could buy it. However, at least the 400, all that money to get into speed, not quite as fast as a Void Ray when upgraded that way. Hugh Jass being in the danger zone. Can he use the grab on him? He doesn't use an ability, but it wasn't quite enough. He does get taken out. Hugh Jass taken out by poor Nexus. He used the E key to drain his energy, but maybe the stasis could have been somewhat of a savior right there. Looks like Angry Pirate now hanging out in base. You're gonna see Random and Panksy Paisenji are gonna try to fly away together. They have these scanner sweeps, one off cooldown, one not. Now they're both off cooldown. Now it's a 2 versus 2. They're using all their abilities that they possibly can. They do have missile pods. Both have missile pods to defend themselves against interceptors, and that does 125 in an area. And that does not quite kill the interceptors. It gets them very close though. They're gonna keep on moving back. Random 760 money. Panksy 1404. Let's see what they end up spending that on. And it looks like Observer still there. Huge ass. His Observer is available if anybody is still alive. Or not alive, but at least like living, still existent, around. Just in time for spooky season. Some people who are, zombie players, meaning that their character has died, however they've stayed in the game, can still move around the remaining ships if somebody else leaves. It looks like they're staying back at base. Poor Nexus going in there. He has 18 upgrades on his game, 140 plus 175 because he uses that charge. It looks like the Observer staying on him. He's just trying to farm. Now, in base, the two battlecruisers are relatively safe because the battle stations act as detectors and also always always have 10 range, which is longer than any void ray can shoot. Same thing with the command center. Even when damage down, it will always be a detector, so they don't have to rely on their own abilities to do that. So, in here, relatively safer, out there, safe-ish, because they have scanner sweep and lockdown. Without any detection abilities, they'd be much less safe anywhere. It looks like Angry Pirate flying around, has the interceptors, so many of them, and they're all upgraded, 22 times, 56 damage each. 22 divided in half. It's 11, and then 11 as well. Looks like he's going to spend money on his Tempests at range 19 now, still doing 540 damage. And all this just costs money. You can make one ability or every ability, very good, very heavy. However, it's just going to cost you more and more. Tempest taken out. Looks like Random and Peng Sinji going to fly around, stay around each other. Observer also staying around to detect. The Observers are extremely durable, like surprisingly slippery, and are quite hard to kill. So it looks like Angry Pirate says, "Okay, goodbye, Tempest." It's easier just to give up on and make another pair. It costs 225, which is never a small amount of energy. However, with 725 in reserve, he can do that a lot easier than trying to defend his Tempests. Also has the Vortex to protect himself in base. However, with both towers gone, he has to kind of like stay in base and mother the mothership. It looks like poor Nexus gonna go on the offensive, gonna go to attack this battle station, gonna go for round 2 in the battle station. It only does 200 per shot at 1 second, so with all of that health, he is gonna be able to take it out right by himself. Battle station destroyed. Looks like Peng Sinji is gonna fly around the side, gonna try to defend himself against these, farm ships and interceptors. They see it, they are annoyed, but they can't do anything about it. They have to warp on back or fly slowly back to base. Peng Sinji gonna be moving back. 677 and a random 515. Now these battlecruisers do have kind of like everything. They have everything that they're pretty good at. The nuke is a little bit less helpful now than it might have been earlier. However, if they can try to get Angry Pirate into the base, which he will be because he's trying to stay in base, he doesn't have very much space to run from the base away from the base. So he's relatively vulnerable to nuke if they can get him into a corner. So where he wants to stay, a cave is a grave, as they say. It looks like longboat missiles upgraded 200 damage each, 20 upgrades, 11 range, 9 attacks each. So, doing all of that right there. Poor Nexus trying to do some damage. Pank's gonna be right there. He had defensive shield as well. He's gonna get his energy drained, but he has so much in reserve, and it looks like he's gonna use that lockdown on poor Nexus. Poor Nexus actually has to keep on flying away. 2.96 speed, but he's gonna be able to blink just in time. The lockdown does stop him from using abilities, but there's a slight couple, like half a second delay in between lockdowns that he's able to blink away in. That's why he has his own reserve of energy. It's one of the many reasons, but that's why he can rely on that, because it only costs 50 and he has 700 in reserve. Looks like the blue side is going to keep on trying to do this defensive and offensive ship, while the two battlecruisers are staying right there. He wasn't trying to detect the imminent danger of a wood right there. However, he was using a scatter sweep, which also shows the positions of all enemy ships. So he was seeing where this wood ray was. If he's back at base, fine. If he's at your base, not so fine. If he's close and you're far away, also not great either. Thanks, Inji, trying to get that farm. The battle cruisers, relatively independent, gonna be up there, gonna try to shoot. He is by himself right now. This is a major risk. Let's see if he goes back to base. He has to keep on moving. He's gonna use his defensive shield. 4300 damage. He's upgraded it a whole bunch of times, but it just adds all that extra. And see how quickly that was taken out. That was 4,300 damage in a blink of an eye. We have a blink. It looks like Random going in there trying to protect his ally right there. Random defending right now. Where are the missiles, the rockets? They do affect your allied ships. However, with all these interceptors on, you don't want to stay there right there. They both also have a decent amount of lasers. 40 damage per laser with 10 range from Pengsinji, and it looks like Random has 30 at 9 range. All of that to do some damage against these interceptors, which have 12 base armor on either the plasma shields or the Protoss plasma plating. Looks like Angry Pirate, his Tempests are like, oh man, this is what we're here for. We're here to siege bases and chew bubblegum. We're all out of bubblegum. Will they get up there in time? Maybe. Pengsinji says, I don't really want you to do that. He's going to use his abilities, his defensive shield, to tank some of that damage. However, with the Void Ray right there, he doesn't want to do that for too long. He's going to try to defend, and these Tempests just able to shoot down this battlecruiser's shields pretty darn well. He uses his defensive shield again. Now he goes in for round 2 and does take out these Tempests, which is fine. By the time he did that, the Tempests are ready again. Angry Pirate is a far distance, damage dealer with his interceptors. Has to target them. Lots of micro involved. Does have a Vortex to save himself if he's ever in danger. However, he doesn't want to do that without having a guaranteed kill, because then he's vulnerable for the next 80 seconds. Battle cruisers moving up. Horn Nexus moving in. He's gonna go in there. The defensive shield being used. He has his energy being drained so hard right now, but just in enough time to use lockdown. 600 base energy. When he gets that up to the fully, he can take the beam for a while. It drains 30 energy per second plus 20 per charge, so he's using charge a lot and just making sure that he can drain as much energy as possible. It looks like Random going back 203 already. Panks has 375 right now. Angry Pirate staying in base. Just keeping on making those Tempests and moving out with them, seeing how far he gets. Kind of like playing checkers. If he gets to this side, he can get kinged, but not quite enough. Can't just rush up there. Pengsinji gonna move in there. The battlecruisers staying relatively close to each other this whole time. Fantastic use of their ship design. They also can get some armor. Armor in battlecruisers is not the greatest. However, neither is dying. So if they upgrade the Terran ship plating, that's actually relatively helpful. A lot more, not as helpful as the Dreadnought, not as unhelpful as the Frigate. Somewhere in the middle. Gonna keep on pushing up. Look at this. Interceptors being hit by the rocket pods. Fantastic shoot right there. And they're still alive. And he picks them off with the laser batteries. However, he can't just go in there by himself and just ignore the interceptors. He has to contend with them. It's a lot of micro just to go back and forth and back and forth. And are you out of range, or you get back into range? The interceptors go at 2.25 speed. 1.92 speed is slower, sure. However, it is helpful to just keep that distance, keep that spacing. They only shoot at 2 range, so if you can get further away from them 2 range, you're safer for a second. 1.82 speed. Pengsinji using that scanner sweep to keep an eye on the Void Ray's relative location. Nothing's guaranteed, but staying together is helpful. It looks like beautiful use of that defensive shield. 4,900 damage being absorbed. It doesn't have an armor count. It's just straight 4,900 extra shields, effectively. Poor Nexus going in there, using that extra speed boost from the Flux Veins to try to see if he wants to do the attack. I think because he relatively sees random on the minimap, he's not sure. He is going to now commit to moving in into burning down this battle station. He did the first one. He's going to do the second one unless the the team moves back. He is quite unable to do that. Vortex being used by Angry Pirate. Vortex by Angry Pirate on well, there's random. So there's Pengsinji in there, and the Tempest right there, and the poor Nexus warping back. This is an almost guaranteed kill right now. There's almost nothing you can do. Pengsinji, Vortex sniped by Angry Pirate and poor Nexus right there. Pengsinji moving back, and now Pengsinji is taken out, and we have a random staying in base. It looks like this battle station has seen better days. It's going to slowly repair itself. Random can still get lucky with a nuke. However, it's just a commitment issue right there. If he gets close, if he does some lockdowns on the Void Ray, if he's or if he Carrier is just alone for a little bit, gets too cocky with his abilities, then he can get a snipe with a nuke and stuff like that. It's just super hard to do. Staying in base might be more effective. Angry Pirate can't warp in any more Tempest. He can only warp in 3 at a time. They're somewhere on the map right now, not dead. However, the battle station is now taken out. Random moving in. There's the singular Tempest finally showing up. And it does, shoot. If he gets taken out, then he can build more. Poor Nexus using that prismatic beam and burns him down. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to send your replays to MaffumanCasting@gmail.com. Press like, press subscribe. We are doing StarCraft Star Battle all the time.